Okay, guys. So, week three, file management and documentation. The goal of this week three is that you know how to organize, create, manage client file like a pro. Okay, that's the goal of this uh, uh, week three. You learn how to manage client files, create and organize them. Okay, so by the end of these lessons, you should be able to create and organize client folder, manage files security and securely rather in cloud, like your okay, let's say Google Drive. Like I think that's the one we are using now. Like the iPhone cloud is there and other clouds. Okay, but then we are working with what's it called now? Google Workspace. So, which is the most popularly used in the world. Angela, can you hear me now? Please confirm if you can hear me now. So, also by the end of this lesson, you should know how to prepare simple reports, how to prepare templates and trackers. Okay, know how to monitor how things are going and the progress that you are making in the organization or with your clients, and how to make sure there is a balance, proper communication, and proper documentation. Also, informations are sent when they are supposed to send, and informations are received when they are supposed to be received. So why file management matters? Why does managing files matters? It keeps client data safe and accessible. It boosts professionalism and trust, save time and reduces error. Okay, now let's use, for those of you who have worked in an office before, or if you have gone to, okay, almost all of us here are students or have been had the opportunity to be in school, especially higher institution. You know, when you go to maybe do your clearance or yes, doing clearance, when you go to the departmental office or admission office, you will see that there are logs that are prepared on the table, especially if you have entered your registrar or provost or Dixis, what's it called now, office. You see how the files are arranged according to the files are arranged according to how they came in and how they are received, where they came from, who sent them. You get. So that's it. So the practical tips: treat every client file like their personal digital cabinet. You get. So you have to treat client files like their personal digital cabinet, like the cabinet you have in your, what's it called now? A personal digital cabinet. You get, like I was explaining earlier, when you enter an office, you see how files, even some office, they have like a library, a mini library where they also arrange books, files, not just books now, files, like files that have been in that office for years. You can just go there, you see them, this from 2024, from 2022 to 2023, from 2023 to 2025, just like that. So you know how to arrange. When somebody comes in or somebody have access to the drive, they don't need to ask a lot of questions to understand what is there, what the documents that are there, proper naming, proper tagging, as the case will be. So for that structural example, so as we were explaining earlier, let's say you have client ABC Limited. So in that client ABC, that's the drive now for that client ABC. Under that, in that client ABC, you cannot have like social media reports, the design, and the invoice. So when somebody have access to client ABC, as they open the drive, they will see if they are looking for social media files, anything that has to do with social media documents or social media details, all of those reports, they can just go there and view it. You have to arrange these things in such a way that clients can easily understand it. So you can see the way it is structured here. Under client ABC Limited, there is the report folder, there is the social media folder, there is the designs folder, then there are invoice folder. Now, best practice for this, use clear names and dates, e.g. 2025 report March. Like I was saying the other time, you can see from 2021 to 2023. So all the invoice that came into the company or into the firm or that your client received from 2021 to 2023 are in a particular section in the cabinet, sorry. So also you make it available in a particular folder. Let's say you have been working with the client for 3 years, 4 years, and you have been receiving invoices all this while. You cannot just put all the invoices for the 3 years in one folder. It's going to make it a little bit difficult for sorting. So you can, as you are working at the beginning of every year, you create a fresh folder, 2023 invoice. So you are looking for anything to even make it more easier. In the 2023 folder, you can put each month, January, February, March, as the case may be. All of those things really makes it makes document sorting easy. It makes document sorting easy. Okay, so store everything in a Google Drive or Dropbox. Okay, then separate personal files from client files. Know how to separate your files from your personal files from client file rather. So you yourself don't get confused. Okay, so you don't get confused. Like there are some guys that I have been working with for a while, for years now, even not digital related, but there are some informations they will need. They will reach out to me like, what's up? There is something we did in 2021 or 2019. Do you still have so. I will just go and check because I actually have the culture of saving things. So, and these guys, they know. And I will just find it and I will send it to them. So I'm like their last resort when they are looking for certain data or informations or files, because they know that summer, I kind of have it. So that's how you are supposed to also, you need to have that culture. Okay, you need to have that culture. The file management do's and don'ts. The things you should do while you are managing client files and what you shouldn't do. Share link with correct permission. Okay, so on this, somebody shared their work yesterday and didn't give permission to view it. We are not able to view what you shared. I think I requested, I don't know if the person has even granted that request because I've not received any email. But then when you are sharing, because this system has a security such a way that they protect your document from theft and from piracy, you get. So when you are sharing the document, if you want the person to just view, you can what was it called now? View only. If you want the person to view and edit, you can put view and edit. If you want the person to comment, you allow comment. You get, like, let me give you an example of that. Now, if you look at this share that is here, if you click on it, loading, just hold on. Okay, so you can see this, my document, this slide I'm using is restricted. So if I want to share it, anyone with the link, once I put it anyone with the link, it's updating now. You can see viewer. So if I share it like this now, the person can only view. You can't even copy it. You can't copy what is there. You can, if I put it on comment, you can comment. If I put it on editor, you can view and edit. You get. So that's what I was trying to explain. If you are sharing files like that, you have to put the right permission. Then keep desktop clean. Work from cloud. Okay, you have to know how to keep your desktop clean, and also your cloud clean. Maintain. Don't make your cloud disorganized. Like even when you are trying to access your documents or your desktop, you can't just get your hand into something without having to search and find. Use proper color coding. Use right naming, as we said earlier. Backup client data regularly. Have a backup system. Like for Google Drive, it auto-save. Okay? So these are the things you should do. Then what you shouldn't do, the things you should not do. Don't mix personal file with client file. We've talked about that before. Know how to separate them. Don't leave random file without names. Don't leave random. Let every file have a name, have a tag. Okay, you are going to need it. There is a day that is going to come where that file is suddenly going to become important, and you will now start looking. I did that though, but I know I no full name. I didn't full name. Well, you now start searching. All right. Then so no, don't leave things randomly. Don't assume. Give it a name. Put it under a folder. If there are files that are not, you can just also have a folder called others. So all the irrelevant things that you think are not important, keep them there. So when you are searching for something, you can just go to that order and search for them. A practical example of what I did, like in my own Google Drive now, everything about virtual assistant in Perfect Digital Hub is on the visual assistant, because there is a drive for okay, the Google Workspace is already for Perfect Digital Hub. So in there we have the visual assistant drive, we have the graphics design drive, we have a media drive, we have digital marketing drive. So everything that has to do with visual assistant is stored on the visual assistant drive. Slides, we go to slide subfolder. Doc, we go to doc folder in the visual assistant drive. You get. So learn how to manage things properly. Creating reports, templates, and forms. Okay. Doc you would often create as you work with clients are basically weekly progress reports, social media content calendar, meeting minutes, which is going to be one of the important often thing you are going to be doing. You are going to be doing that more often, given, especially if you are working in the executive, you are working as an executive virtual assistant. You are going to be doing that a lot, taking minutes of meetings, and you must know how to do that, how to transcribe. And by the time you have done that, also know how to prepare the report of the meeting. Okay, then for social media content calendar, oftentimes it goes with those who are also going to major in social media virtual assistant. You can be all of these things, okay? It doesn't mean you just settle in one, okay? You can know everything, but like we said from the very beginning, you start from somewhere. Then client onboarding forms, okay? Like we are having a training for virtual assistants now. We created a form for onboarding trainees. So at the end of the day, you must give a report of how many persons were able to onboard in the process of registration, how many persons participated, what is the total number recorded, what is the what's it called, the progress rate. You know how to measure all of these things in a scale of 1 to 100%. So in that, it will help to measure progress and where we are heading to. Hope you can still hear me, please. I want to be sure you can hear me. Okay, so invoice and expenses trackers. As the company spends or your client spends, what are they spending for? What are they buying? What are they selling? You have to keep all of this. And on a weekly basis, on a daily basis, on a monthly basis, on a quarterly basis, on an annual basis. Yeah, it's a lot. But then you gotta do it. That's why also having templates, where having template now comes in. Okay, where having templates now come in. You already have a template for social media calendar. You don't need to start creating a social media calendar afresh every month. Just go to the template and you already know. Do 1 or 2 changes, it becomes easier for you. There are things that are going to be repetition now. They are going to be periodic. There are periodic events, there are periodic activities. You know the periodic activities. You know the ones that happened quarterly. You know the ones that happened annually. You know the ones that happen on a weekly basis. So once you know all of these things in the content calendar, you just do little editing. You don't have to start afresh. That's where templates now comes in. You get templates comes in. It helps you save time and it reduces stress. Okay, forms, creating forms, like I think we did a little about form creation the other time. Like one of the things you can do with creating form is also that, especially for Google Form, you can link it to an Excel, okay, Google Sheet rather now, so that as the data are being collected, they are imputed in the Google Sheet. So you don't need a lot of data entry, like to go and start sorting one by one. So what you just need to do is just to format and arrange and edit. But by the end of the day, everything would have been there. So know how to create your forms, how to set it, link it properly, even for the image, like for as you are uploading your image, those screenshots you are uploading and all of those things, they are saved on our drive. There is a drive for it. So we can always access them. Why the link will be on Google Sheet, especially if it's a link, the link will be on Google Sheet. But if it's a screenshot, the screenshot will be saved to a Google Drive or Google Photos rather now on your drive, Google Photos. You get. So that's how it works. You get. Then the practical tips: create a template, like I've said, template folder to reuse reports and forms. Just have a template, like the submission form you have been filling now. At the end of this week now, we'll just do a little touch on it for week 3. I don't have to go and start creating a fresh form all the time. Okay, so we'll have a template and just do 1 or 2 editing as work progresses. Google Docs and form tips. Okay, use table for neat reports. Always add names, date, and client, logo. For Google Docs, use table when it is necessary. Don't just arrange things and type randomly. No, there are places where you maybe, if you look at my slides, for example, when we get that, we'll talk about it, you see, not that we cannot just type this thing, but we'll just put tool and the uses. As little as that table may seem, it gives a clearer definition, it gives a clearer understanding, okay? And it makes the work look neat and readable. Add logo. You see the form, we have to put logo. It sends a message. You already it's you know that this is the brand. Even without having to read and mention the name, oftentimes once you see the Perfect Digital Hub logo, you already hear the name. You get it. So use logo when they are necessary. Put names, dates, and client logo, as we have said. Okay. Then keep formatting clean and professional. Use the right font. Okay, like some brand have brand font, use their font. Be consistent in using the same font. You can't use what's it called? Time Roman in paragraph 1, and you are using open Psalms in paragraph 2. No, that's not consistent. It's going to make, then you are using one other I can't even remember the names of those fonts right now. You get, so but what I'm trying to say is this: use consistent, simple to read fonts. Okay, when formatting, use Google Form for client intake and surveys. All right. Uh, uh, so we are still going to get to that when you are going to prepare your, what is it called now, your portfolio. How you can also have a form where you onboard clients. Yes, people can go to your profile. They are interested. They have to fill your form. Then you can also access and know if you are going to work with them. Okay, so you can see this here, progress report. You can see how it's there. Task 1, task 2, task 3, task 4. You can see you design your things in such a way that somebody just looking at it, they should have an understanding what is there. They don't need to come and ask you, that number 12, I don't understand paragraph 1. What are you trying to communicate there? Use simple English. If you are speaking German, use simple German. Just kidding anyway. So using spreadsheets for tracking. Okay, basically you can use spreadsheets for content calendars. Yeah, it's quite easy. No, you just put the dates. You want to put dates, the day, the content type, the platform, the hashtags, the caption. You just put it there. So what you do, you can go and copy and send to the content developers, and they develop and they say once they are done, you can put a Dropbox to take it down. You get. So those are the things you can use content spreadsheet, that's a Google Sheet for. To-do list. Yeah, you know, while we were using the matrix the other time, I told us that what we use the matrix for, we can also use Google Sheets for it. Though the matrix is quite easy. Okay, the matrix is quite easy and it's more mobile friendly. You get, but unlike Google Sheet, I think it's more desktop friendly. You get. So, but then you can use it for your to-do list by putting checkbox. The one you are already done, you check it. Okay. Tax budget logs. Yes, if you open your spreadsheet or your Google Sheet, you are going to see there are some templates from that Google already put there. But then budget logs, how you plan your budget, you plan budget, then you can monitor it for there, how it's going, where you are currently, where you need the next step. Those are the kind of things you use Google Sheets for. Tax deadline. Okay. Features to learn. Basic formula. You have to learn basic formula like sum, count, subtraction, addition. You have to learn all of those things. Okay, now let me just say this. Excel generally, it's one of also the highly demanded skill in the digital space. Okay, I think data analytics use it more anyway, but then there are also Excel professional. It's like a course where you're taking a visual assistant course now. That's how people also take this Excel course. It's very broad. They know the basics. That's what we're trying to say. Know the basics. Nobody can teach you everything about spreadsheets in a visual assistant course. but then know the business and exploit, make some findings yourself, okay? And also use AIs. The part you don't understand, that's the beauty of it. You get, I saw something recently. I like telling stories about. I see it as a lot. Like it was trending. American client. Do you know how to use AI? Nigerian client. You cannot use AI. You use your brain. You get, like what's the message trying to communicate is that people, it's we here who think we have to kill ourselves to get this done. Honestly speaking, we don't have to. Things are becoming very easy. There are some employers now, if you don't know how to integrate AI, artificial intelligence, in your work, they will not employ you, because the thing is that it even shows how smart you are. Using AI, you have to be smart to know how to use AI. Because if you are not smart, you just be doing copy and paste. And AI, once you give you copy and paste, people will know. All right, like a story, I think I've maybe said the story here, I don't know. I've mentioned it in one of our classes, of Don Jazzy receiving a message from an artist, a young artist who wanted Don Jazzy to mentor him. And he just meet AI drafted something for him. He just copied and pasted to Don Jazzy. And the thing was like, the place he was supposed to insert a name, AI bracket insert name, he could not realize that he had to delete that and put his name there. He sent it like that. Very foolish thing to do anyway, but then you get, and it was obvious that he used AI. So you have to be smart when using artificial intelligence. Conditional formatting, overdue equals to red. You know how to learn all of these things. Drop down for task status. Okay, so just explore your Excel. We'll do practicals on this tomorrow anyway, but then explore Excel. Okay, we may not be able to cover everything. Like I said, it's a course on its own. Okay, that you will actually need to go for a special training there to be a professional in Excel. All right, then use one tab per week or client for neatness. Okay, stop using one tab for what's it called now, for 3, 4, 5 clients. Okay, this fall back to also organizing your work. Okay, client A, client B, client C. You just know this is client A. When anything you have to do with client A should stay in client A. Anything that has to do with client B should stay in client B. Don't go and be looking for client A work in client B drive. You're already at the risk of losing your job or spoiling things. Okay, project planning. So this is a typical what we're saying with Excel. Now you can see the color coding here. You can see this is a project planning, like let's say this is a project that is planned. Okay, we have January, February, March, April to December. We have project 1, project 2, project 3, project 4, project 5, 6, and you can see all the colored coding. So for example, now you can see that project 4 span from day 1 to the 31st to again. So you can see the project that did much better, that was that the one that received more attention, the one that nothing much happened, the day where nothing was done at all. So you can see how the color. So when you come like this, you just okay. So if I want to give a report, like if I send this to somebody now as a report, the person can okay. So from 10th to 18, project 4. Okay, so and from looking at things, project 4, whatsoever it is, received more attention or did well than the other projects in the month of January. You get, and from March you can see project 1, and you so it becomes very easy to grasp and understand. Okay, the general tools for managing, creating, organizing, and managing files: Google Docs, writing, reporting, formatting. You use it for writing, you use it for to send report, also type your report and send. And you also use Google Drive, Google Docs to format, just like your MS Word rather, Microsoft Office Word, understand? So that's what Google Doc is like. So then you have the Google Sheets. You use it as a tracker, content, for content calendar planning, or whatever content you want to plan. Then use it for budgeting. Okay, on Google Drive, cloud storage, file organization. Dropbox is a backup alternative, just like what Google Drive do. And you can see the various samples here. Okay, so be familiar with these things, and be, how will I say now? Okay, I'm trying to look for the right vocabulary to use. Be a master of this tool. You will need them as a visual assistant. These are things you are going to be working with every time. So you know how to master. Learn. You don't have to become a professional overnight. Okay, that's why as much as we just do learn all of these things, now we also give you an experience. We come up with real life questions, real life tasks, that by the time you have done them, you know, at least you have that first time feeling. If you attempt it again, it becomes easy and you know more. There are things you might not know the first time. By the time you are doing the second task, you will find out, okay, at this, then ask questions. And also do research. Okay. So this week's task and assignment, don't be afraid, it's just 3 assignments, because the way I arrange, and I know some of you will be, like, oh, Jesus, again, this thing menu. All right. So on your Google Drive, what you need to do on your Google Drive, you create a Google Drive folder system for a client, either a real client or a fictional client. Remember, you are still working with your peer group. So you have a client, know each other's name. You guys should be having meetings, interact. Okay, it's very, very important. So one of you is a client to the other in the peer group. So you have it, don't make it fictional anyway. If you want to make it fictional, okay, no problem. Then include at least 3 subfolders in that client folder, e.g. report, designs, invoice. You can decide to change it depending on the project you are working on. Okay, then take a screenshot of your folder structure. So it is that screenshot of the folder structure that you will now submit. Okay, it's a screenshot of this folder that you have created that you submit. That's the first assignment. So the task is to create it, the assignment is submit the screenshot of the folder. You can decide to save it on Google Drive and send the link. No, depending on how the question will come. So let's know, depending on how you see it. Then assignment 2, Google Doc report. So you draft a formatted Google Doc as a weekly update report. Let it be a progressive of a task 1. So this is your task 1 now. You already have a client. You've created a folder for the client. And in that folder, you have 3 subfolders. Excuse me. Reports, design, invoice. So what you will do in number 2, draft a report, a formatted Google Doc of as a weekly update, either either for report, design, or invoice. Must include title, date, the client name, 3 to 5 bullet updates. You understand? This is what we call bullet updates. This one, this thing you are seeing, this dot you are seeing here now, and your closing signature. Then you share the link of that your Google Drive. So that is what that your Google Docs. Sorry. View access. Enable view access, please. View so that we can view your work. That's how we access you. Like I said, we go through every assignment. That's how we know and we pick the best performed training of the week. Then number 3, Google Sheet tracker. On your Google Sheet, you create a simple Google Sheet to track either task or a budget log. So include at least 4 columns. Now, let it also be a progressive of number 1, the same client. Now, you now create a tracker for either design or whatever you want, report, or a budget for a new launch or an onboarding. So you create a tracker for it. Include at least 4 columns, e.g. task, the status of the task, the due date, and notes. If it's a content calendar, you can put the day, that's the weekly day, Monday, Tuesday, the content type, the content platform. Is it Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, X that we are sharing this particular content? Then the caption, the hashtags. Then you put a checkbox at the end where by the time that one is accomplished, the one of that, maybe Monday, we have a posting to do on Monday. Once that one is achieved, you check it. Okay. Then apply at least 3. Apply at least 1 feature. Conditional formatting, Dropbox for task status, simple formula. So either of this is what you now add. We'll do this tomorrow. I will have a walkthrough of this tomorrow anyway. But this is it. So it is not this. You will share the link of the Google Sheet. So it's 3 things you are sharing. First, you upload a screenshot of your number 1. You share the link of your doc and the link of your sheet. Use a fictional client if you don't have a real one yet. You have a real client yet. Pick somebody from your peer group and make them your clients. So a summary of everything so far: keep file organized and consistent. Use a clear folder structure for every client, like we said. Stick to naming conventions like 2025 report match instead of a random file names. Consistency equals to fast access plus professional impression. Don't forget these things. If your things are not consistent, your formatting are not, like I was saying, you are using Roman, New Times Roman in paragraph 1, you are using Open Psalms for paragraph 2. It doesn't make sense. It's not a design, it's a document. Okay. Use proper headings. Where it's supposed to be, if it's heading 1, let things that are heading 1 should be heading 1, things that should be heading 2 should be heading 2. Title page, spell everything out clearly. Okay. Google Drive, your digital file cabinet. Those of you who have file cabinets at home or in school, your school days, your Google Drive is that your digital cabinet is there. You save all your files. Okay, it's very important. You don't just keep things there. Like I told you guys, all the assignments you are doing now, hope you are saving them because you are going to need them. You are going to need them. When that time comes, it's not then you now say, yeah, I saved this screenshot, put then I save this one that time. Why did I put this one that time? No, be saving them now properly. Okay. Think of Google Drive as your office cabinet in the cloud. Store everything there instead of cluttering your desktop. Make use of starred folder for quick access to import files. Okay, so create clean report trackers and templates. Client value clarity over design. Like what I said earlier, it's documents you are formatting, it's not design. That's not where you come and put color, try this and do all of those things. Like this slide you are seeing now, it has to, you can just see it and read with ease. You don't need to add many color here, there. You have to stay consistent with the same font, the same font size, the same font style. Where you need to interlize it. If you don't need interlizing, you don't do it. Okay, it's not a graphic design you want to do. All right. Keep reports simple with dates, names, and tables when needed. Build reuse templates, weekly reports, invoice trackers to save time. We've talked about this. Know how to have templates. Like if I want to send an email now, if I log into my email platforms, I have templates there depending on the kind of mail I want to send. I just what's it called now? Choose the templates that I've already used, change the date, and maybe the subject, as the case may be. The design is already there. Okay. A well-structured system builds client confidence. It shows that this guy is good. He knows what they are doing. They can commit more tasks to you and feel more comfortable and leaving things for you. If you keep organizing things anyhow, they will not feel comfortable. They're just like guys. Shows clients that you are professional, you are reliable, and you are detail oriented. You know, these are some of the things you put on your CV, your portfolio, you put on your LinkedIn profile. I am a visual assistant oriented, email this, that, you get it. Let it not end there. Show it in the work environment. Easy to find documents equals to less stress for clients. A clutter-free system positions you as someone who can handle more responsibility. You get? So that's just the whole concept. You get? So you must know how to be a master, a professional, pay attention to details, ask the right questions, get clarity, don't assume. All right? Don't assume. Where you are not clear, ask. The Bible says, ask and you shall be given. Knock and the door will be open. Seek and you will find. If you close your mouth, it's to your own detriment. All right, guys. I guess at this point, we have come to the end of today's section. I would want to have your questions. If you have any questions, you can drop them now. By the way, hope you can hear me and